Hello everyone, my name is Nataraj and I'm a faculty for UPSC Civil Service Preparation. With prelims around the corner, around 40 days, let's talk about some simple yet effective strategies that can help you increase your odds of clearing this exam. Especially those strategies that many good students tend to overlook as well. This was actually part of a class lecture for the students who had enrolled in my UPSC mentorship program. But however, we've opened this up for the rest of you as well. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's agenda. Okay, the agenda now, I'm going to tell you about those 2 hours specifically. Okay, and when I say 2 hours, I actually mean 4 hours, but I'm assuming that those 2 hours is what really counts for you. Okay, the other 2 hours in the afternoon, I'm sure you will be okay with it. Okay, so let's talk about the mindset during the UPSC prelims examination. The first thing that I would say is that you don't have to do anything different. If you can manage that, I think you will be fine. Why? Again, as I always say, you guys are going to mains. You will be writing mains. I can assure you that you will be writing mains, right? You will be writing mains. You have done more than what it takes. Provided you stay cool from now all the way to the exam, right? Next 4 days, 5 days. If you can stay cool, you have done everything it takes, right? Generally, I notice a lot of people who've done enough effort. I feel like they deserve to be there, right? All you have to do is stay cool from now or till the exam. And also during the exam, you want to ensure that you stay, sort of in the zone, you stay relaxed and positive. Okay, so those things are sort of important. Look at this. Okay, so let us say that you've actually reached your center. You've seen where the center is the previous day, and now you've reached the center. You've entered through this thing. Okay, everything is cool. You know exactly where it is. You will have a board somewhere here that says that this so-and-so roll number is going to be on the second floor, classroom C. Okay, you go and sit there. You have your admit card. You keep your admit card. You wait for it. Okay, you'll have at least 10 to 15 minutes in that classroom. Okay, relax, breathe, meditate. Okay, visualize. Right? Ensure that before you get here, you have everything that you were supposed to take. Okay, I've had some trouble with this. Once I was, I think I've mentioned you guys, right? I'm not a very big fan of seeing a lot of students in front of, the building and, hearing a lot of these topics that, if I don't know, I just don't want a reminder of that. Once I was like that, and I was just walking around. I got farther and farther away from them. Within the campus, I went to the ground, right? And once I got to the ground, I'm very relaxed when I'm at the ground. Okay, because it's for guys. I think it's like it symbolizes play, it symbolizes relaxation. It's almost like my own meditation. But while I was there with my writing pad and my I think my some pens and my ID card, I lost my ID card. It fell. I did not notice that. I went to the classroom. I was sitting in the classroom, and then once the ma'am came to sort of check my, they'll make you sign and all of that, I realized that I didn't have it. I went and tried to explain it to her that I had it in the morning. That's why the watchman had allowed me inside the building. And then she's like, okay, but I'm not sure if I can allow you to leave. Then I had to go and talk to the UPSC representative, and the UPSC representative also was not very sure. Then I went and I tried to go out and said that, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I just have to run. You have not, I don't know if they had distributed the papers, something. Okay. And then, the police didn't allow me outside. Then I had to tell the police that this is what had happened. The police said that you can't go. My driver is here. Why don't you go and talk to the driver and ask him to do it? And I tried to explain to the driver, and then finally I got my IT. I must have lost not more than 5 minutes, to be honest. But those 5 minutes, and this was before my essay exam, right? Before my essay exam, those 5 minutes, it mattered a lot, right? Your heart rate is elevated, your stress and anxiety levels have gone up. I was sweating profusely, okay? And I was just thinking that, oh my God, what just happened? What is going to happen to this? Okay, my entire year of effort after having cleared my prelims, having gone to my mains and sitting here in the mains, and I do how could I do this? All of this, okay? I still had 2 hours and 55 minutes, but still, because of those 5 minutes that I lost, 5 minutes of stress, I sort of messed up in my essay paper. It hit me hard. That year, the highest score in essay was 175. I remember this very clearly because I had 100, okay, give or take 100, okay? And that was like under par, right? Even my friends had 150, 160. So I was already 50, 60 marks behind, right? On day one. So that's going to hurt me quite a bit. Right. In fact, that ensured, that was my death knell, okay, for that attempt, right? You've lost it on day one. In fact, you've lost it before the mains actually began, right? So take everything, okay? Take everything. And just like I told you that those guys allowed me to write that exam and, ensured that it only lasted for 5 minutes. and solved every single person they helped me. Okay, so they're very helpful. Try to make the most out of in case you need anything, please feel free to reach out to them. The most important thing here, once you start the exam, okay, assuming that you don't have any of these things, visualize. Okay, every single year one thing is common, right? During your preparation phase, the institutes will change their sort of pattern to try to match the UPSC's last year's pattern, the previous year pattern, right? And a lot of those things sort of change. And right after the exam, and I've been in this journey for quite some time, that I can tell you that after every exam, all you hear is that UPSC ne to, UPSC has basically changed the pattern. UPSC has sort of done this. UPSC is going against, so whatever it is. Okay, so expect that the paper is going to be a different pattern than what you generally see. Okay. And what do I mean by different pattern? Let it be, okay, it could be a factual paper, it could be analytical paper, it could be focusing a little more on culture, it could be focusing a little more on current affairs, it could be a lot more, any of these things. Doesn't really matter. All you need is like 100 questions, and the same 100 questions for every single person. Provided it is the same 100 questions for every single person, it does not necessarily matter. It is only about what you can do your best, right? And then the rest of it is going to be that 4,000, 8,000 people are going to be selected for round 2. So harder paper, less cutoff. Easier paper, higher cutoff. Does not necessarily matter what is the pattern of this exam. Just do your best. You even walk into that exam thinking it is on the harder side. Okay, that way you're not going to get that shock, right? When I speak to you guys after a test, from your voice, I know how much you've scored. Literally, from the tone and tenor of your voice, I can tell whether you're 80 or you're 70 or whether you're like 110. I can tell. Prepare for the worst. Assume that once you look at the question paper, you sort of tell yourself that the paper is going to be relatively on the harder side. So when you look at the question paper, you look at the first few questions, you don't get shocked. Your mind does not start wavering. What has just happened? My preparation levels have not been adequate. Why is this happening to me? What will I tell, my father who's standing outside the center? What exactly am I going to tell, let us say, my teachers who've trained me for this exam? What will I tell my friends? What happens if they clear and I don't clear? See, all of these things are something that should not even come to your mind. Okay. Stop all of that. Just visualize, for instance, even the very first page sort of shocking you, right? First page, you'll have 4 to 5 questions. And I was just telling one of you today, right? During our post-exam sort of conversation. Let's say you see the first page, first 4 to 5 questions, you don't know. Okay, you don't even know. You cannot even attempt. It does not necessarily matter. Okay, don't get shocked to your core. Okay, because at the end of the day, it is about how you do in 100 questions. Okay, it is not about the first 5. If these 5 difficult questions are somewhere in 95 to 100, it will not bother much at all to you. Okay, but if it is in the first 5, it is going to. So just remember, okay, remember that this pattern, it's going to be somewhere, and these are some arbitrary, but close numbers. Okay, it could be 20 easy, 50 medium, 20 hard. This is how it is. It could be 25 easy, 50 easy, 50 medium, and 25 hard. Okay, so you will have 20 to 25 questions that are very, very difficult side. Okay, so if you see it, not a big deal. It is supposed to be like that. Okay, do not do anything different. Right? When you see that question paper, regardless of what the paper is, remember to go round 1. Pocket the easy questions. Okay, you know it. It's very simple. Just go for it. Okay, and then if possible, just mark it off. Round 2, try to spend a little more time. Let's say that you are able to sort of eliminate more options. Try to go with the solution. Third one, okay, things that you really have to sort of think about and sort of use your reasoning. Write what all you know, and then try to choose what would be the best choice possible. Right? If you do this and stick to this kind of a thing, you will somehow attempt a decent number of questions for that particular question paper, and you will be fine. When do you generally mark? In case you have not been marking the bubble sheets, right? Focus on bubbling. The sooner the better, in my opinion. The reason I do this thing is that I do not want to look at a particular question after I've already chosen the answer. Right? Because if I come back after looking at one more question, what I tend to do is I read the question again. I look at the options again. Okay, and that only takes more time. So when you do it in the very first time, ensure that you do it well. Okay, it is done and dusted. Answer question number 1 is going to be C. It is C. Okay, don't have to revisit that C. One of the things is that, and this happens to a lot of people who, not in your practice tests, but sometimes in your actual exam. You tend to overthink more in your exam. Even when you mark the, in the bubble sheet, when you're marking, even that takes a little longer because it's that D-Day. You take a little more effort. You will take a little more time. Even if the question is easy, okay, you might think that, hey, how can the question be so easy? right? It cannot be so simple. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, it cannot be C. Maybe the answer is D and they want me to think it is C, so I'm going to go for D, right? And this happens. See, all of these things, because when you do in your practice test, you don't worry so much about, you don't sort of tend to overthink so much, because the marks, it's not a big deal. Okay, but here, because the marks matter, you might tend to overthink. So just ensure that, okay, you look at a particular question, the first sort of answer that comes to your mind is generally the best answer. Stick with it and move on. Okay, stick with it and move on. Don't try to sort of come back and try to change your answer. Okay, you might use some other sort of a logic that didn't first occur to you, or basically you might be creating some logic just because you want to satisfy yourself and change the answer from what you've already attempted, right? So overthinking is something that can be avoided and should be avoided. Other extraneous things that you tend to do, right? For instance, focusing on the pattern so much, right? It is going to be a very random pattern. Even if you have 5 C's in one go, or 10 D's in one go, trust me, it does not matter, because I do not want you to be thinking about this pattern at all. Okay, you get 3 D's, does not necessarily matter. In the next option, if it is between C and a D, it does not matter that the previous 3 answers that you have marked are D's. Okay, and this tends to happen more as well in the final exam. Okay, so this is something that we are not going to worry about at all. Okay, so this is not going to be something that will ever influence your choice of answer. So that's what I mean by do not focus on extraneous issues. Okay, so again, just focus on that one question at a time. Don't worry about the question paper pattern, right? In your mind, there will be a lot of students who are sitting in the classroom thinking about, is this a factual kind of a paper? Is this an analytical kind of paper? In this question paper, do I reckon the cutoff will be on the higher side? Will it be on the lower side? See, all of these things don't matter. Okay, and it is better that you do not focus on this or think about this, right? Do not think about what should be the right number of attempts for you to keep yourself safe, right? Because you don't know. Even if you think there, you don't know. In fact, that can even sort of backfire. So stop all of that. Just solve the question that is in front of you. If you believe that the question is easy, go ahead and take that the best option. If you feel it takes a little more effort to think, go with the process of elimination. Do those educated guesses that you have practiced, right? Eliminate one option, eliminate the second option. Okay, you get a 50-50. Try to make up some sort of a logic and try to eliminate the third one so that you're left with the last option standing. Okay, and with that, you will be fine. So you don't have to worry about whether it's a factual paper, analytical paper, difficulty level, cutoff, attempts. Okay, none of these things are going to help you in those 2 hours. In fact, a lot of that will be debated for a whole year, or at least for the next 2-3 weeks until UPSC comes out with the results, right? So if you can't decide that in 3 weeks or possibly in the whole year, right, why bother about it in the 2 hours? Okay, focus on only things that matter, and that is one question in front of you, right? Visualize those 2 hours, right? Visualize that it could be a difficult paper. I'm going to be fine with it, because at the end of the day, it is difficult for everybody, right? Prepare for an easy paper. It is easy paper. I'm going to just worry about giving my best. Okay, I'm not able to solve the first few questions. It is okay. Okay, it is okay. There will be many questions at the end I will be able to solve, right? 20 to 25 questions are going to be difficult questions, right? You bubbled the wrong answer. Okay, it has happened to me multiple times. Okay, it is okay. You will still be fine. It is not the end of the world. Assume that you're going to make one silly mistake. Okay, these are natural. Okay, we make silly mistakes. We are human. We are not robots. Okay, you might you might sort of bubble wrong. Okay, it doesn't necessarily matter. Okay, it is one question. Just think that, okay, oh, too bad. I wish I had not done it. Try not to the exam. Focus on the next 99 and not on that one. Okay, sometimes your mind goes blank for a few minutes. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, these things don't matter. Anything like this, right? Close your eyes, smile, and just tell yourself, speak to yourself, I am prepared for all of this. Okay, because I thought all of these things will happen. Why so? Because your seniors like me have faced these, right? Take a few deep breaths and just smile and just say, let's start fresh. Okay, your mind that went blank will come back. Okay, just keep that thing in mind, karma yoga, right, that we talked about. You've put in that effort, okay, by studying. Okay, and now this is the phase where you have to go and perform your best. You've practiced and practiced. All you've got to do is, this is your big break. This is your this is your D-day. This is your day when you go and try to do try to test yourself. Okay, go have fun. Okay, and post this, what is going to happen? You're going to have a big break. You're going to have you are going to deserve a break. So fight it out for those 2 hours. Okay. And then you get that break. Only thing we ask of you is that you finish strong. Come out. Once you're done with that, you have 3 hours. I don't know what you're going to do, whether you're close to your home. Can you go to your home? Can you come out, talk to your parents? Are you going to by yourself? Are you going to take your phone? Plan what you're going to do. My suggestion is try to find a quiet spot. Right? Do not be with the rest of the students. They will be Googling, they will be discussing, they will, by the time, you go to the next paper, in those 3 hours, they will tell you, you've got 15 questions wrong, right? Doesn't matter. Okay. And it is better you don't know how many questions you've gotten wrong by being in that exam hall. You do not need to know. Let us wait till UPSC tells us what is our score, right? Let's wait till see that particular PDF. Okay. Just try to relax, put on some earphones or move away. Okay. And in case you're going to be a last minute study kind of a person, look at some formula. What is LBH? Okay. Things of that nature. One thing that I notice, and I don't know if this is superstition, but I sort of focus on like what I should snack. I don't go for rice. I don't want to have anything heavy. I go generally with some carrots. I go with some biscuits. Okay. And there's something else. Apple brings me some, that's my good luck charm. Okay. So I generally go for that. Okay. So that in those 2 hours, I don't feel drowsy, yet I feel sort of relatively full. Okay. As soon as that exam is done, 4:30, right? 4:30, outside your sort of center, you will find people handing out solutions from some big institutes. Please don't pick those up. Okay. Let's not try to find out where we stand. Okay. Aspirants will be talking, discussing what is the difficulty level, how many did you attempt, what do you think is the cutoff? See, nobody knows, right? It does not necessarily matter. Within 18, 19, I think it was 19 days last year. So let's just wait till UPSC tells us that you've cleared. Anyways, the first thing that I want you to do is go ahead, okay? Enjoy 1 week, relax, okay? Then you can think about, how to study for mains. You come to us then, okay? We'll chalk out a plan for you, but at least take a break. I don't know when was your last break, okay? You cannot continue like this, like a machine. I'm saying this thing because I've been in your position, right? I'll promise myself that I won't even read anything that is in any way useful for UPSC. Okay, let's put our mind to something else. Take a trip, go with your friends, go out. Okay, have a late night. Late night not for study, for something else. Do all of these sort of things. Relax and chill. Okay, no good ever comes out from checking the score right away. Okay. Once you check your score, let's say you are at 100, then you want to know what is this person's score, what is the other person's score, what does let's say Shankar tell you is the cutoff, what is some vision tell you is the cutoff, and this XYZ cutoff. In somebody's cutoff, you will always be at the border. Somebody will say that you are at the border, and then what happens for the next 18, 19 days? You are going to be thinking, oh God, if I had done this, if I had done that, I would have cleared. No, it does not necessarily matter. Okay, let's just finish that test. You've done your part is over. Now it is UPSC's part to sort of like go through your answers and tell us that you've cleared. Okay, this is a long journey. All of you had much better options in life, right? You had better sort of options in life. You chose to skip all of that. Okay, you've decided to sort of sacrifice everything and be here in this particular journey, persevere, sacrifice, have so much self-discipline at this young age, work hard, follow the system, being consistent, all for what? So that you can get to you've given up on so many of these easy kind of things in life just to go for the absolute best sort of career that you want, IAS and IPS and IFS. That takes courage, and we really sort of commend your courage for that. Once this particular test has been taken, UPSC will tell us that you've cleared, okay, or maybe you need whatever it is. Okay, the UPSC's job. So you relax for a week, then you come back to us, right? And then we'll start our process. This is a long journey, trust me. Okay, this is a long journey. Be ready for the long haul. Whatever it is, I'll just say that we are really proud of, and I speak on behalf of the entire management, right? We are very proud of what you've done, right? We've always tried to push you. If we think 100 is how much we have to push you, we've tried to push you 110, 120, almost to the point at which you break. And many times you must have felt like we are going to break. Yeah, I understand that. Okay. And it is not easy to do this for the last 11 months. I think I started teaching you guys in November, right? And that is a whole year of sort of sacrifice and struggle. So we are with you regardless of the end result. Okay. So we are with you in this particular fight. Just go ahead, give your best. Remember this. This again comes from Olympics. You know how much I love sports, right? So Baron Pierre de Coubertin, or Pierre de Coubertin, he basically said the most important thing in Olympic Games is not winning, but taking part, right? And he continues, the essential thing in life is not conquering, but to fight well. Right? And this is true even with life. In life, you will remember those sort of fights where you tried very hard and you still failed. Okay. And that is a lot more admirable than not trying at all. And having, given up so many easy things that you can get in your early 20s, right? You've left all of that in order for you to take up your IAS and IPS and IFS, so that you're sort of investing in your next 35 years, right? So I have a lot of respect for what you have done with the amount of perseverance that you've shown, the courage and the sacrifice and the self-discipline and the hard work and the amount of sacrifice that you have to go through, right? So he also says that CTS, Altius, Fortius, if you remember, swifter, higher, stronger. I must have mentioned this in class as well, right? In Olympics also, as in life, it is not about the gold medal alone. It is about a personal best for you. You're not going there just for that medal. You're going there to get your personal best. So regardless of what you have done throughout your life, can you come and give your absolute best on that particular day? And that is all we ask of you, right? You give your personal best. If you give that personal best, right, you are going to clear, okay? You're going to come out with flying colors and you will go to mains, okay? So believe that. I truly believe that, and I hope you believe that as well. If you believe that and go and do nothing but try for your personal best, that's all it takes, okay? And whatever happens, we are really proud of the true fight that you've shown, right, by lasting this far. So I wish you the very best. Again, I want to say that we are proud of you. All the best. If you have any questions, again, till the exam, post-exam, just always feel free to sort of send a text and we will catch up, okay? So all the very best, do your best and take care, and see you post prelims. We hope that you found this video to be useful. For any further guidance, please feel free to reach out to us. You'll find the details given below in the description. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Also click on the bell icon for further notifications as well. If you found this video to be useful towards your preparation, if it added value to your preparation, please give it a like and also share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.